Hey again from the garden, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So today is Tuesday, it's market day, and I am totally stressed out. So normally I harvest all of my flowers on Monday morning because I like them to hydrate overnight, and then Tuesday morning I put all of my bouquets together. Well, yesterday I had some appointments, and so I didn't get things harvested because by the time I got here, it was really hot and humid, too hot to harvest. So I came here early this morning and I started harvesting. However, we had a terrible storm that came through last night, winds of almost 70 miles per hour. Our town didn't get a lot of damage like some other towns did, but my garden looks terrible. So many things are blown over. I want to walk around and show you, and I think a lot of it'll rejuvenate. I think I'm going to have to cut a lot of it back. So I'm a little disappointed. When I got here this morning, I did get one very large bucket of all Rudbeckia harvested. So I got some focal flowers for today. My zinnias look bad. My dahlias, we just got another really heavy downpour. That's what you saw at the beginning of this video. So I had harvested the Rudbeckia before that storm rolled through. My dahlias, some of them were completely flat on the ground. So I quickly put stakes next to them. It's just one of those days. I've been chatting with one of my flower farmer friends this morning, and both of us are like, can the season just be over? Things have just not been going the way I wanted them to this year. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. I just want to show you how some things look in the garden. Then I'm going to harvest what I can for the market, and we will put some bouquets together because I know that's really what you guys want to see. All right, so walking into the garden from a distance, it doesn't look too bad. Some of my mountain mint, this needs to be cut back because it's too far gone. These, I think that they are still okay. So I'm gonna harvest these today to use for filler. So I should have some greenery. Some of them are laying down, but that'll be okay. My Bells of Ireland just have not even had a chance this year. Yes, I don't have them netted, but I don't think that would matter. They just get pounded and just lay on the ground the whole time. My snapdragons, those are netted. Most of those are fine. The straw flowers that are up. And then my zinnias, these actually look okay. You know, you can see some of these are leaning out into my pathway. A lot of these are ready, and so like this plant right here is leaning pretty bad, so I need to cut that. But most of these are okay. So I do not typically do anything with my zinnias. I never have. I have never staked them. I've never used floral netting, and they have always been just fine. But you know, when you get 70 mile per hour winds, and even though I am between two buildings here, it does a number on them. These, while they're leaning, I'm gonna harvest out what is good today. They will be totally fine. The other patch that I have that is ready to harvest, on the other hand, those do not look so good. Now my Status will be just fine. There is a lot of that is ready, and Status has really strong stems, and so I'm not concerned about that at all. Moving down the patch here, this is the Rudbeckia patch. These are just getting absolutely beautiful. There's a beetle that is starting to eat my Rudbeckia, so it's time to come out here with a little more neem oil to deter them. But I just harvested this before the rain happened again this morning. It looks like there's a lot of blooms on here. These in fact are not ready. There's a grasshopper. Get off, sir. But I did harvest an entire bucket. Now this, every year I say I'm not going to let any sunflowers go to volunteer. And this year I did again, only by the fence because I liked how it looked. All of these, I have since cut them back. They're piled against the fence. They had completely collapsed and were laying on top of these dahlias. So I need to get in here and do some staking yet. These were shorter. They're looking okay. These look okay. But let me show you some over here after I'm done answering my phone that's ringing in my pocket. So these dahlias, you can actually see, are pretty tall, and these are the tallest ones I have so far. None of the others by any means are this tall. These are Sylvia or Marin, however you say it, M-A-A-R-N. This is my favorite dahlia. These are so productive, which is why I do not want to lose this. But because of this height, I mean, they just toppled right over. And again, I should have been out here corralling these, but most of them are only 3 feet high. But when you get those kind of winds, I mean, that'll take out anything. So I'm not done yet, but I came out here before this latest storm rolled through. And these are just the green garden stakes. They're plastic with metal inside. I get them from Home Depot. I have a couple different heights, I think 4 and 5 feet. I just literally picked up the plants because they were laying flat on the ground, and then I put these in the ground to pin them up. So these are going to stay in the ground probably the rest of the season, but I will come in with my T-posts and corral the whole beds like I normally do. But let me show you some of these shorter ones that are still just laying on the ground that I need to do this to yet. So these look really, really good. But then you come to this one, which is completely laid flat. And this one I actually tried to put a stake in already, and clearly that didn't hold it up. So I need to redo that. But these are not very tall at all. And you can see they just fell right over. Look at this one. There's literally water sitting in the hole from the last downpour we got. So I just need to come through and straighten these up. None of them are actually broken. They're just really knocked over. So hopefully they're just fine. But let's walk out. I want to show you what my zinnias look like. And actually, here's a little better angle. These zinnias, I'm going to harvest off of these, so they will get a big prune yet this morning, and they will bounce right back. But just obviously looking a little bit sad. This area I just got all done. My dad helped me bring in dirt to grade this whole area, and my landscape fabric got torn up in the wind, so I just need to get that put back in place. But out here are the zinnias. Oh, let's look at the sunflowers, which now it's getting windy again, so hopefully you can hear me. Look at those. Look at how sad those look. I don't know if those will be okay. I don't know. I'm going to leave them. Bummer. And look at these sunflowers. These are almost ready to harvest. In fact, I do have a couple over here that I was going to harvest. I don't know if these will bounce back either, or they'll just curve at the top and be weird. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so here's my zinnia patch that is looking really sad. So some are just really, really bent. Some are okay. I don't know. I'm going to harvest out of here what I can today. They're just all really leaning. You can see they're leaning really bad. Some of them aren't, but then you get down here and these are just really bent over. A lot of these are floret ones. That plant's kind of leaning completely out of the ground. They'll be okay. Last year I did a rejuvenation prune on my zinnias 2 weeks before my biggest market, and it completely flushed them back. So today I'm going to harvest what's good, cut them back, and then in a few weeks they'll probably look better than ever. But it's just kind of a bummer that it's market day and some of the blooms are destroyed. You know, like here's a really nice white one that looks great. It's leaning, but it'll be fine. These are straight up and down, but then others, there's a lot of them, the tops got broken off. My ageratum is looking pretty sad. I have a lake in my parking lot that we need to address. I'm just ready for a do-over this season. Bummer. Well, I'm going to get to work and see what I can get done. I'm going to harvest the zinnias. I'm going to harvest status, and then mountain mint, and those things with all the Rebecca I harvested this morning will just have to be my market bouquets for today. I may have a couple sunflowers I could pick. Oh, I do have about 15 sunflowers in the fridge that I cut yesterday. So we will put those together in a little bit. After I'm done harvesting, I'm going to cut back the plants that I need to. I'm going to stake my dahlias. And yeah, get ready for another round of storms tonight. The crazy thing is I just looked at my phone and we are forecasted to get bad storms again tonight that could be worse than what we got last night. I tell you what, this season, I'm over it. Does anyone else feel that way? Anyway, I better get busy. This video will pick back up when I am done with the work. I'll show you how things look, and then we will make those bouquets for the market. All right, you guys. So I have harvested everything I'm going to harvest for the market today, and I have also gone through and done any cleanup that I'm going to do today. And did I mention we're in a heat advisory now? Oh, this weather, it's like the gift that just keeps on giving. So here is the dahlia patch. It looks exceptionally better, and you can see there are a ton of these throughout the entire garden. I basically put them down in the ground at the base of the plant, and they are holding the plant up. Here you can see, hopefully pretty good, how they're just straightening the plant right up. So pretty much most of the dahlia plants in the garden were leaning at some sort. Now I ran out of the green stakes, so then I ended up having these bamboo stakes that are shorter, but for the shorter plants, those ended up working. So a lot in this row, and then over here have those shorter bamboo stakes. And then you can see the big tall green ones holding everything else up. So clearly I don't have my T-posts in yet, but hopefully if we get some storms tonight, these stakes hold those in place. And the sunflowers, I'll just have to deal with those later, but the ones that were laying on top of the plants, I flung those the other direction. Then, as far as my zinnias go, I came through here and I harvested everything that was good. All the plants that were leaning, I did a really hard cut back. Like you can see, this is cut, whoa, that was a loud truck. This is cut all the way back down to here. I normally do not do a hard rejuvenation prune this early in the season, but it was necessary. And these should rebound really quickly. Actually, these looked a lot better. Let me show you the ones that did not look as good. My celosia, I am not doing anything to. I actually feel like it might be rebounding already. See, these are a little bit curved. I think they're bouncing back already, so I'm not going to do anything to those. The dahlias, oh, let me show you something else. Here is a really good example. Do you see how curved the stems are on this dahlia plant? I am hoping that those will straighten up as the buds open. We will see. They should. All right, so now we are in the other area of the garden. We're gonna walk through my pond. This situation really needs to get addressed at some point. Here is this zinnia patch, and I cut this back really hard. So many of these were laying on the ground. Some of them I just had to cut the whole plant off. There's still some blooms in here. I have to do flowers for our farm to table, and so I don't want to completely get rid of these. That is a week and 2 days away, but I cut a lot off. These are looking pretty sparse for this time of year, but that's all right. They'll be fine. And you know what? In 2 weeks, I will probably have the thickest zinnias ever, because they're just gonna branch out, and with this rain, they're gonna take off. And these blooms, oh my gosh, there's gonna be some beauties this season. They're probably gonna look amazing in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. All right, you guys, I'm back inside in the air conditioning. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be in here. It is just so hot outside. I think I got everything harvested just in time, and it's going to be a hot market today. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these bouquets put together. Now, if you've been watching my videos for quite some time, you know that I do my locals farmers market. I am located in a very small town, Northwest Iowa, so we have a farmers market every week that's on Tuesday. I take special orders. I do a few other larger markets, and I have a bouquet subscription. And today, these bouquets are just going to be full of focal flowers, because that's what I have. So I have that little bit of mountain mint that I harvested, and then I have the status that I harvested. So those will be some nice little fillers. I did get quite a bit of ageratum, so I'll be able to pop a few of those in each bouquet. Some of them are shorter, so a lot of them will be for the mini bouquets, but that's all right. That'll be perfect. I did harvest a few craspedia. Some of them are long enough to go in the larger bouquets. A lot of them are shorter that will go in the mini bouquets. Move a few of my mini zinnias over here to my little mini pile. And I will show you the difference between my larger bouquets and my mini bouquets. We will make both. This is the big bucket of Rudbeckia that I got before it started downpouring. I have a lot of different varieties. I have Prairie Sun, Goldilocks, and a lot of it is the Sahara. This is the Sahara that I need more of. I only have a few plants of this. If you've grown Sahara Rudbeckia, you know that every plant is a little bit different. This is the one that I need. So I will be saving seed from these plants this year in an effort to try to get a lot of these pale yellow next year. And then I have a bunch of zinnias. And then I also have a few snapdragons. I have some cosmos. Here are the zinnias that are just a little bit shorter. These are what I'm going to be using for the mini bouquets. And, let me grab one more thing out of the fridge. Okay, so I went and got my bucket from the fridge. I had a few more snapdragons in here, some shorter ageratum that I will be able to use in my mini bouquets. And then I harvested the first of my sunflowers over the last couple days. These are the Pro Cut Gold Light, which means they have the golden yellow leaves with the golden and green center. I love these. I always plant these as my early ones because I feel like they're a little bit more springy. And then summer into fall are the orange sunflowers and of course like the Pro Cut Plum and the Pro Cut Red. So this week it'll be fun. I'll be able to offer these sunflowers in with the rest of them. So let's get started on some bouquets. I'm going to kind of do all of these the same. And again, they're going to get loaded up with the focal flowers this week. Put one random sunflower back in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use up the mountain mint. And I don't have a ton of this. I maybe only have 6 stems. So I'm going to use one of these. And then I'm going to grab a status. And that's going to be in the center. And then I'm going to put my sunflower right up in the top center of the bouquet. And then I'm going to put some Rudbeckia in here. This one actually has 2 flowers on a stem. I'm going to put a dark one and then, oh, that has 2 flowers. Let's save that for another one. This is the Prairie Sun, which usually I don't get Prairie Sun because the bugs eat it. But I have been using some neem oil this year and a little bit of 8, which is an organic spray from Bonide. I haven't been spraying that really on the plants, just at the base of the plants to deter. But it seems to be helping. I can't believe that I'm getting this mini Rudbeckia. Last year I lost all my Rudbeckia to bugs and I didn't get anything. So I'm just thrilled with this. All right, so there's a sunflower and some Rudbeckia, and then I'm going to just put a couple other accents in here. I'm going to put 1 snapdragon till I run out of them. Maybe 1 stem of ageratum. There's one that's tall enough. Put that to the side. Then I'm going to do about 3 or so zinnias. You know what? I also have this stem of cosmos. These ageratum always get tangled. That's the double click cranberry, I think. And then let's put 3 zinnias. These are the Oklahoma salmon. I'm just going to put them right around the outside. Here's an Oklahoma ivory. We'll do one of those. This is, I don't even know, it must be a Flora one. It's kind of a blushy pink. I'm not even really making color schemes today. I'm just putting them in here. They're going to be bright and colorful. Let's do one more of the Oklahoma salmon. All right. So that's going to do it. These are the larger bouquets, which will be $15. And then when we do the mini bouquets, those will be $5. Okay, there's the bouquet, bright and cheerful. Let's make another one. Start with a mountain mint, status. I think I might have all the ageratum in the big ones I'm going to use. I think a lot of them are shorter. So I'll put those in for my mini bouquets, which honestly, I love the texture of the ageratum in my mini bouquets. All right, let's grab a sunflower. Sunflowers I like to harvest when the petals are just lifting off the face of the sunflower. They last the longest that way. Get rid of a few of these leaves at the bottom. I'm so sad about my sunflowers that are almost completely flattened from the storm. I hope they perk up. If any of you guys are watching that have had that happen, have yours perked up? Let me know. The big market that I do the end of the year is a little less than 2 months away, which thank goodness all the sunflowers that I planted for that are tiny and unharmed. So that is one positive. I love these little Oklahomas. I think I need a darker stem in here. Let's put a couple of these on the outside. These dark Sahara Rebecca. Awesome. Okay, let's do one more. I need one more over here. Maybe just a nice Benry's white. There we go. He's kind of a fuzzy one. Awesome. So now I'm going to trim them. Then I just wrap the bottom with the rubber band a few times and then put the paper around it. And there we are. So pretty. So I am not going to go totally overboard on the bouquets today. Well, for one, I don't have a ton because of the storms, but two, we are in a heat advisory, and that probably means the market isn't going to be quite as busy as normal, unfortunately. I mean, you never know. People probably are excited for their garden produce, so if they do come, they're probably not going to just hang out like they may normally do, which is fine. But I'm not going to stress that I don't have a ton of bouquets. It is what it is this week with the storms. I'm really loving these Oklahoma salmon. As they grow more, I have learned that I can't harvest them early. I got to let them develop a little bit. And that's kind of also what Erin from Flora was saying about her zinnias. You have to let them develop because then they will get more layers. Like this one just looks like a little poof ball. If I would have harvested it right away when I could have, it would not be that full. So you just got to have a little bit of patience. That's what I learned this year. I'm going to put a stem of cosmos in here. My cosmos are just starting, which is exciting. There we go. All right. These Goldilocks Rebecca are huge flowers. I definitely need to plant more of those next year because I feel like those plants have the potential to be a workhorse in the garden. Okay, I am going to quickly put my large bouquets together and see how many that I can get. Then I will show you what they look like, and then we will do some of the mini bouquets. All right, you guys, so I have started putting together a few of the mini bouquets just because I'm trying to get these done real quick. I'm running short on time as usual. These are what the mini bouquets look like. They're basically about 5 to 6 short stems. I sell them for $5. These are shorter stems that do not fit in my larger bouquets. So this is just a way that I can use those stems that I wouldn't be able to normally use and still make some money. And honestly, these sell out at the market every single week. And I just take them and I display them in a vase on my table and then kind of shift things around in my display as they sell out. I also will have a video coming up very soon on my full market display, how I set up everything I take, pricing, the tent I use, just kind of my whole flow and how I set up for different types of markets also. So watch for that video coming very soon. But let's put together one of these mini bouquets. So I always start in the center with a little bit of a filler. I like to use status a lot of times. I like to use the shorter ageratum. And then I basically just fill it with the focal flowers around it. Now today I have some of these really cute Craspedia. So those are gonna pop in the center. And now I'm just gonna put about 4 or so flowers. Look at this zinnia. This is a floret. I think it's Victorian Wedding. It's awesome. And one lucky mini bouquet customer is gonna get that today. I'm going to put in a couple of these Oklahoma Ivory zinnias. This other tiny little blush one. This is going to have the blush look. And then I think one more ageratum. And that's it. That's the bouquet. Then I trim it so the stems are even. And then I wrap a rubber band around the bottom just like the others. Of course, it takes a lot more time. And then I use a piece of paper to wrap it. And that is it. That's the little mini bouquet. Now, I have not been putting stickers on these just because it's a smaller surface area, and stickers, of course, cost money also. So I just haven't been putting stickers on these lately. I've just been putting them on my larger bouquets. But once again, I sell out almost every single week. All right, let's do one more. So again, I'm going to start with a status in the center. Definitely a stem of ageratum. This is a Cresto Violet Zinnia. I am not a huge fan of the Cresto. I am finding out they're few and far between. A lot of them I don't like the looks of. This one happens to look perfect, and so I had to harvest it. And then my Queen Lime, I think these are the Queen Lime Orange. They are just starting to flower. These always look amazing in my mini bouquets. I'm going to pop a Craspedia in there, and then I'm going to put a Rudbeckia, and let's put one more Zinnia. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I have enough flowers to make about 2 more mini bouquets. I'm going to get those made, and then I will show you everything I have to take to the market when I'm done with those. All right, you guys, I am all done. I am thrilled with what I got today. These bouquets are just absolutely adorable. So despite all of the storm damage last night, I actually have a decent amount, and I think it's going to be the perfect amount with how hot it is today. I'll probably sell out, and it'll be, you know, it is what it is. I won't need as many bouquets as I normally need, so you know, a lesser amount is fine, and then I'll just kind of hang out at the market till I'm done. So I have 10 of the mini bouquet, or no, 8 of the mini bouquets and 12 of the large bouquets. Let me pan over and show you what those look like. Okay, so here is a look at all of the bouquets I put together. There's 12 in here. Look at how vibrant those colors are. Now I have these in 3 buckets, and I put them in this very large Tupperware, and this is how I carry them to put them in the back of my car to drive to the market. So they're all in here snug, ready to go. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this bouquet making, and I will make sure to keep you updated on how things bounce back in the garden. Again, I think the zinnias are going to bounce back and really fill out. The ones I'm really nervous about are the sunflowers. I don't know if they'll straighten up, but you know, it is what it is. You lose something every year. The dahlias will be fine now that they're staked, and let's just cross our fingers we don't get another round of those bad storms tonight. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good summer. I hope you're getting rain but not wind, and stay tuned for a lot more this season. We'll see you soon.